What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Kamelot. Yes, indeed. Kamelot Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Recurrence Theorem. Recurrence Theorem wanted to see me react to this song by Kamelot called Forever. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not heard the song before, to the best of my knowledge. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, yeah, I recognize this song now, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Japanin Poika, and the video has 682,449 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Kamelot Forever live. Okay, we got a nice live performance here. That'll be good. Always good to see things live. Alright, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
We're gonna do a song that is actually based on one of Norway's absolute first pop songs. Composed by a guy named Edward Grieg. This is a song you will recognize after a while.
Those accents. Da, 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 da. That was nice. Especially kicking off that double time fill that they went into. Okay. Guitar player came out, did a little soloistic thing. Playing the melody of the song, I guess, because the crowd responded. Like, the crowd obviously recognizes the song. Like the singer kind of prefaced to. The singer said, you'll recognize it after a while. I don't recognize it, but clearly the crowd did, because they responded. Nice showmanship from, in particular, the drummer and the keyboard player. Really nice job on both of their parts. When you have a drummer and a keyboard player who are doing better showmanship than your guitarist and your bassist, that's a problem. So hopefully the guitar player and the bass player will get their act together and not be shown up by the drummer and the keyboard player. Dear Lord, what are you two thinking? Don't you ever let a keyboard player and a drummer show you up. Good Lord. I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, let's keep going here.
There's an empty space where your love used to shine. From the nights we met to a day you died. Do you think I will? Do you still believe I tried? Oh, too soon we want to know. Let's just begun.
Nice. Really good. Kind of getting... I don't know. I'm kind of getting like an early Queensryche vibe from this song. Just from... Not from them in general, but from this particular song, I'm really kind of getting an early Queensryche vibe. I'm talking before Operation Minecraft. I'm talking back. It's interesting. It's really interesting. It's not over the top though, like early Queensryche was. It's like it's getting up there, but never hits that precipice and crescents over. It never hits that, but it moves up there though. It does. I'm seeing a lot more from the bassist and the guitar player, so thank you for coming alive, guys. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the song. If I'm being honest, I feel like I've heard better from them. I don't feel like this was one of their bigger hits. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I've heard better songs from them. But I'm still enjoying it. It's still good. So, we'll keep it going. We'll see how this goes.
First time thinking of you. Every breath I take brings me closer. Closer to forever to you. I'm waiting for the day that I'm
Nice breakdown. That felt good. I would dare say that breakdown was necessary. If they had kept going with the same feel that they had pretty much for the rest of the song, I would have started to say, okay, it's getting a little repetitive. You know, having that breakdown in there really helped revitalize the song and helped freshen it up so that they can go back now to how they had the rest of the song, and it will be okay. It'll be like, okay, well, now we're back to this, as opposed to we've been doing this the whole 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, you know? having a song sound the exact same for 8 minutes, it can get old. It can. So having breakdowns like that put into songs in strategic places always helps refresh the song and keep it interesting and keep the crowd and the listener engaged. So nice job. Let's keep going here.
I would really like you to sing for me, or rather with me. Are you gonna do that? You know, I don't hear so good.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Are you gonna do that for me? You gonna sing with me?
Okay, that sounds better. All right. Good. Keep it simple. That was good. It was good for a number of reasons. Number one, the vocalist kept it simple. He kept the following simple, like, you know, the call and response, right? Repeat after me. Here's what I'm going to do, and you follow. He didn't go crazy with it. He kept it in a simple, a simple pattern that the crowd was able to emulate fairly easily. So, good job on his part. They didn't do it for too long. They did it 4 times. That's all they needed to do. And then they came back. Guitar comes in. Riff, 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 riff. Very well done. Very well done. I'm not sure if we're going to do some more singing here. If we do, it's okay, because we had that breakup. If they had done it like 8 times, 12 times with no breakup, I would be rolling my eyes. I would be. I'd be going, okay, let's move along now, you know, kind of thing. But no, because they had that little breakup in the middle of it, again, going back to having the whole purpose for the breakdown, it kept it fresh. It kept it interesting. It keeps the listeners engaged. So, good job. Let's keep going here. A little long. Yeah, cross up and follow on with that. It was kind of half and half. Close enough, yeah. Close enough.
When I close my eyes, forever. Will you be there when tomorrow gets to dawn? When I close my eyes
Yeah, that was good. It was really good. Almost 8 minutes. let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Kamelot with Forever, a live performance of the song Forever. This was a request from Recurrence Theorem. Okay. I had to think about this one a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I had to give this one some thought. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Let me first off just start off by saying this. The song was 8 minutes long. It was close to 8. It was 7:55. It felt about right. It did. Now listen. It felt like it was about 8 minutes. It did. Now that's not to say that the song dragged. That would, when people say the song feels like the song's dragging, that means it feels longer than it actually is. It didn't feel longer. It did. I wasn't sitting here looking at the clock going, "Oh my God, when is this song going to be over?" No, it wasn't that. No, for me, the song just it's 7 minutes and 55 seconds. It felt like 7 minutes and 55 seconds. It felt like it was exactly right. I love it when songs feel shorter than they actually are. Like, I love it when I get like a 6 minute long song and it actually feels like 4. You know, it's like, whoa, that flew by. This didn't fly by, but it didn't drag either. It's right where it should be. As far as the song itself goes, good arrangement on this. Really nice arranging. Adding in the synchronized hits, the accents was really nice. Where they were, the overall song structure, it was well done. They put the breakdown in right where it needed to be. Not where it necessarily should have been, but it needed to happen there for sure. Could it have happened sooner? Here's the thing. They could have put the breakdown sooner, but if they did that, they would have left the end very long, and that's when people's eyes start looking down at the clock. So I think they put the break right where it needed to be. If I'm being honest here, the breakdown was nice too. The drumming on this, very well done. And I gotta give props to that drummer. Not only was he playing like a machine, not only did he have that double kick going, not only was he playing rock solid, but on top of it, he was being a showman. To all of those naysayers out there, to all those people who say, you know, about their favorite drummers that, well, he's playing his double kick really fast and he can't, you know, he shouldn't be focusing on showmanship if he can have his double kick as fast as going. I want you all to take a look at this drummer right here that we just watched. Not only did he have his double kick going, not only was he playing rock solid, not only was he playing with great fills and great feel, but on top of it all, his showmanship never ended. It never stopped. So big shout out to that drummer for proving all of those naysayers wrong. Because yes, you can. You can play with showmanship and have that double kick going super fast. You can have both. You just have to be good enough to do it. Yeah, I said it. You have to be good enough to do it. So, there you go. I said it. I don't regret saying it, and I am not making apologies for it. And no, I am not going to take it back. So, moving on to the keyboard player. Great job. I have not seen a keyboard player have that much showmanship since the keyboard player. Well, I mean, okay, the keyboard player from Epica, he did a pretty good job. I mean, he does a good job of putting on a show. I like that. I like that harness that he's got now that he's wireless and he was moving around the stage. I still remember that. That was really cool. Him and Tomas from Nightwish, both phenomenal showmanship from both guys. This guy was right up there with them, man. Great headbanging, great whirling around with his hair, getting his fist up in the air and pumping the crowd. Yes, he was doing all of those things. He was interacting with the crowd, pointing at the crowd. Look, you have two hands, right? There are going to be times in the keyboard playing where you don't need to use both. You really don't. There are going to be times where you just use one hand. What's the other hand doing? Well, At the moment, nothing. So what could it be doing? It could be interacting with the crowd, pointing to the crowd, pumping your fist, you know, doing a whole lot of different things with that other hand other than just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And before people try to tell me, well, that hand needs a break, are you kidding me? You're serious. Look, the song is 8 minutes long. It's not an hour long, okay? And I know that you guys are going to play for like an hour, hour and a half. They take breaks in between the songs, people. They do. That's plenty of time for the hands to recover. So I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. If you're going to try and throw those comments at me, before you do, tell me if you're an actual professional keyboard player. Please tell me that. Because if you are, and you have any sense of professionalism whatsoever, you know that you don't have to sit there with your hands on the keyboard the whole time, even if that left hand's not doing anything. Give me a break. Now, this keyboard player did a fantastic job. I appreciate what he did. It looked good, and he sounded good to boot. Switching between patches effortlessly. Now, I don't know if he's doing that himself or if it's computer controlled. I don't know, but whenever he would switch his patches, it was seamless. It was flawless. So good for him. Bass player, I gotta be honest with you, I couldn't really hear him very well. He was kind of being buried in the mix. Very typical for bass players. We always get kind of shoved to the back. But I will say this, I didn't hear anything that sounded bad, so gotta give it to him. You know, I can only assume that he was playing right. And a great showman to boot, moving around the stage, side to side, front to back, engaging the crowd, even if it's just something as simple as looking into the crowd. I cannot believe how many bands I have seen where they will just stand there, and I do not understand why. Look, I am not asking for you guys to be running around on stage, up and down ramps, up and down stairs, you know, jumping through hoops. I'm not asking for that. All I'm asking for is some movement and motion. All I'm asking you guys to do is move around the stage a little bit. Show us that you're not some animatronic who is bolted to the ground. You know, you're not Abraham Lincoln at, you know, the frickin' World Fair. You're not that, okay? You need to be able to move around and interact with the crowd. Now, how do you interact with the crowd? You can point, but honestly, all it takes for you to do while you're playing is look into the crowd. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple. That's all you need to do to engage the crowd. If you do that, I got no issue with it. None. As long as you're moving around a little bit and engaging with the crowd, I'm happy. And he did a really good job with that. The guitar player, yeah, the guy can shred. Obviously, he can shred without question. The intro was well done. He was a tight player too. On top of it, he had those 16-note patterns going really well. Very tight on those. Really tight on those. Playing on, I've said this before in other videos, playing those type of fast patterns on one string is one thing. When you're playing multiple strings, like 2 or 3 strings, like when you're playing a full power chord, it gets a little bit tougher. It gets quite a bit tougher. The more strings you add, the harder it is to stay as tight as he was staying. So kudos to him. Vocals on this, very well done. Like I said, I was kind of getting like early Queensryche vibes, but not quite to that extent. It was never getting up like high like Jeff Tate does. It wasn't getting up high like that, but like the presentation of the voice, the way that the tone was coming out, the projection was coming out, the vowel formation, the diction, stuff like that. I was really kind of getting those early Queensryche vibes from. But like I said, it never came over the top of crescendoed like early Queensryche did. Not crescendo, crescended. I'm sorry, crescended, not crescendoed. It's one of those days. No, listen, it was a great performance. It was great. It was long, but it didn't drag on past. Like I said, it didn't feel like the song was 12 minutes long. It felt like it was 8 minutes, which is exactly what it was. I can appreciate the breakdown, the follow along, the call and response with the crowd. The first one I liked. He kept it simple, he kept it short, and made it really easy for the crowd to follow along. The second one, more challenging. Now, He even said himself, close enough. The crowd didn't get it. The crowd didn't nail it like they did the first half, you know? When they kept them short and simple, the crowd was able to follow along perfectly fine. When he made it more complex, it's cool for the challenge. It's cool to challenge the crowd, but you never want to put the crowd into a failing position, because if you put the crowd into a position where they could fail, you might, I'm not saying that happened, but you might make them embarrassed and they may not want to do it again. So you do run the risk of losing the crowd when you do make the sing-alongs too difficult and too intricate and too long. So he ran the risk, and unfortunately the crowd didn't quite get it, but luckily the crowd were good sports about it, and he had a good recovery when he said, hey, close enough, you know? It was close enough, so good on them. Good recovery on his part. That could have ended disastrously. So, but look, it was a good performance. Actually, it wasn't even a good performance. It was a great performance overall. I take everything into account. I get an 8.2. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys like to join the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys would like the video, go ahead and click on that thumbs up. If you guys would like to ring the bell, then go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference to me, but if you guys would like to do these things, then please feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.